Monroe Beachy was in charge of a large investment pool for Amish folks who were interested in saving for retirement. Unfortunately, he invested in a lot of high-risk stocks.
The victims in this case were members of the Amish community who lost their retirement money because they trusted one of their own.
The consumer is much less likely to ask those really hard due diligence questions. They use the philosophy, I go to church with them or I bowl with them, so I know them and they're not going to rip me off.
Postal inspectors call this affinity fraud. Mr. Beachy told investors they were invested in government bonds. There was no risk, and they always would be guaranteed a return.
In actuality, Mr. Beachy was investing in a lot of high-risk stocks, like the dot-coms and the penny stocks and the junk bond market.
Mr. Beachy's high-risk investing took a hit. In the late 1990s, he lost 50% of the portfolio, more than $16 million.
Rather than tell the people in his community that he had made some bad investments, he just continued to solicit new investors into A&M investments, and he used the new investor money to pay dividends to the older investors rather than tell the older investors that he had made some bad stock investments.
And when he began making unusual bank transactions, the SEC alerted postal inspectors. Once he heard inspectors were talking to victims, Beachy realized he was in trouble and filed for bankruptcy.
Many of them felt that it was an internal issue within their community and they were uncomfortable with talking with investigators.
Postal inspectors say always be wary of guaranteed returns.
It's very hard for one person to offer 10% when the regular market is offering 3%. And if they say no risk, it's like, whoa, back up, because the only way you get high return is by taking high risk.